Rain starting to fall here at Kannapolis Memorial Stadium in the 86th Battle for the Bell. This game has seen all kinds of things over its 86-year tradition. Aaron Summers put together a nice piece on the history of this rivalry, and we're going to show that to you right now.
Three, two, one. This will be the play of the game.
When it comes to high school sports in the Tar Heel State, nothing compares to the Battle of the Bell.
It's a huge rivalry game, biggest rivalry game in the state of North Carolina. I don't care what anybody tries to say or what anybody says about it, but this game just takes rivalries to a whole nother level.
Since the inaugural game in 1931, friendships are put on hold and lines are drawn. You're either green and white or black and gold.
When we step foot in the K-Town area, you're going to hear a lot of boos, and you're going to see a lot of green and white. There's not no black and gold.
It's ingrained in the fabric of their lives, stamped into their DNA.
Well, I first started going to the games in 1973. First game was at Concord. We beat Concord 7-3 that night. I was brought up from my parents very early age what this rivalry was all about, and I picked a side and I haven't crossed since.
I've been around this game for about 16 years. It's in my family, it's in my blood.
It's just K-Town and Concord rivalry. And when you was little, you always want to play in this big game.
Concord won the first game 13-0, and the Spiders hold a 42-34-4 advantage over the Wonders. In 1950, the Victory Bell added another layer to the rivalry and made it about more than just bragging rights.
Now, the bell was given to both communities in 1950 from Norfolk Southern, and I think it was Harry Potter that said it would be good for the teams to be able to ring the bell, whoever won. It would be show of good sportsmanship.
Taken by the victor and painted in their colors, everyone wants the bell on their side.
Speaking as an old-timer from Kannapolis, the bell means everything to me.
We want the bell back. We haven't had it. I haven't had it since my freshman year. I haven't seen it. So getting that bell would be really important to me.
It means a lot. You know, if we keep the bell here, I mean, it'll be the fourth time in a row. This is it, so we got to go out with a big bang.
It's about two communities separated by just 6 miles, whose fan bases exude extreme passion.
We've had letter C burned in our field. Concord's had letter K burned in their field. There's been graffiti painted on buildings and things like that.
You come outside every day and you see CHS 4P on our wall, and it just makes you go the extra mile because you don't want them to 4P. They're not going to 4P.
But behind the competitive fire is a wealth of respect.
Even though, you know, it's a battle and it's a true battle in between the lines, once it gets off those lines, you know, the respect that's there makes it what it's all about.
86th Battle for the Bell. A lot of big moments in this rivalry, and it looks like we're setting up for another fantastic finish tonight. Umbrellas are out, and we're coming back with the second half after this on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
42! Blue 42! Hike!
Time Warner Cable Sports presents the high school football game of the week. Tonight from Robert C. Bailey Stadium in Concord, it's the 2006 Battle for the Bell as the Concord Spiders host the Wonders from A.L. Brown of Kannapolis. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm with Woody Kane, Randy Whitley, and boy, I tell you, the electricity is in the air. The last seat has been taken about an hour and a half ago. What more can you say about the state's most colorful and most continuous rivalry? 76 years, and they're still beaten.
And Randy, there are about 10,000 people, give or take a few here, and this will probably be the biggest stage a lot of these kids will ever play in front of. There will be 4 TV stations here, 4 or 5 newspapers, 2 radio stations, and our full coverage as well. This is the biggest thing going on in Cabarrus County right now.
We'll talk a little bit more about the rivalry and some of the highlights and some of the games that we've been fortunate. This is not a job for us. It's a pleasure to witness all the talent that we've had got a chance to see over the years. But more importantly, you look at the South Piedmont Conference race, the seedings for the playoffs and the regular season championship. That's at stake tonight.
It really is. Concord comes into this game undefeated in the conference. Kannapolis has one conference loss. On the other side, you've got Sun Valley and Anson playing each other tonight. Those four teams are going to be jostling for a conference crown, and this game will be key to determining who has a leg up down the stretch.
Of course, still a few more weeks left in the regular season, and as what he said, it is very key. Let's look at some maybe some specifics in this game. Obviously, defense is playing a big part on both sides.
It really is, Randy, and I think one of the big keys tonight is going to be how effective can A.L. Brown be running the football. They average about 200 yards a game on the ground. Concord's defense, on the other hand, only allows about 80 yards per game on the ground. So that's going to be the irresistible force versus the immovable object tonight.
Did we mention special teams in the kicking game? Gosh, imagine that.
Yeah, it always seems to come down to some quirky play on special teams or somebody who we don't expect to jump up and seize this game.
Well, we're jumping up and down. We're ready to bring it to you. The Battle for the Bell 2006 style is next. Jam-packed Bailey Stadium here on the just moments away from the 2006 kickoff. 37 wins for Concord, 34 for Kannapolis in this series. There have been 4 ties, and we're not even counting the 3 times they met in the playoffs over the last 15 years. Kannapolis holds a lead in that 2-1. Earlier, Woody had a chance to talk with one of the assistant coaches, Jeremy Ryan, from the A.L. Brown Wonder Camp.
Thanks, Randy. Well, Coach Ryan, we were kidding around before the game. You've been in quite a few of these now as a coach. Does it ever get any older to you?
No, it feels like the first day. I mean, that's the best part about this rivalry. It's good, it's clean, it's fun. Fans, kids, students, players, coaches, everybody loves it. So it's great to be a part of it.
What's practice been like for Kannapolis this week?
Well, it's you try to treat it as business as usual. It doesn't happen, but you try to. The key is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are your preparation days, and those are the times where the kids have to focus on assignments, technique, game planning, and things like that. And then after that, the spirit of the week sort of takes over.
In addition to this game, though, this is big in terms of conference standings. You can't really keep an eye on the scoreboard, but there's more than just this game on the line tonight, isn't there?
Oh, there's you know, several ramifications. I mean, there's eventually playoff seedings. There's everybody wants to share that conference championship, and you know, there's also that little thing called the bell.
You know, one thing we've always noticed about this game is it always seems like somebody unexpected pops up and makes a play that turns this game. You look for something like that tonight?
I just hope they're wearing green. But yeah, I mean, our kids are ready. I mean, I think your first string, your second string kids, they all prepare maybe just a little mentally. They're just a little sharper in a week like this, and I think that's why that happens. I think Concord would probably say the same thing.
Specifically against the Spiders, what concerns you about that team?
Well, they're pretty big. And, you know, their linebackers always run well. They get downhill, and, you know, they're extremely well coached. But, you know, they got number 1 that can catch it, number 3 can scramble around and throw it. They got, you know, you got tailback who's a player. I mean, they got athletes, and the hardest thing to do is to contain those athletes for 4 quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Randy, that's what they think at A.L. Brown. Back to you.
Thanks, Woody. Of course, Kannapolis 2-1 is what he said. 7-1 overall. Concord 2-0 in the conference and 4-3 overall. The Concord coaches once again declined to be interviewed. We'll be back with tonight's kickoff in just a minute. Morgan McDaniels, the sophomore, 135-pounder, set to kick this one away as Concord wins the toss, dressed in their home black, trimmed in gold. Kannapolis in that familiar white road jerseys with the green trim. The deep back is the speedster, Lance Lewis. He's flanked by Roger Smith and Dustin Burris as the 2006 Battle for the Bell about set to get underway here at Bailey Stadium. It'll be a short kick. Takes a bounce, fielded inside the 20-yard line, and Kannapolis down on the coverage to make sure Roger Smith wasn't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, Cordera Simmons first down on the kick coverage for Kannapolis. So the Spiders, with that revamped offense, pretty much the same personnel, just playing different positions as you get a shot at D. Boss. A situation where Boss went in at quarterback several weeks ago. They haven't lost since he's been there.
Right, after the third game he came in, Randy, and all he's done is thrown for 800 yards and 7 touchdowns while completing about 64% of his passes since he became the starter.
Has some pretty good receivers in the likes of Jimmy Dry, who used to be the quarterback, Lance Lewis and Dustin Burris. They're going to go to the air on first down over the middle. Tipped. And is it a catch?
I think it's hit the ground.
Lance Lewis made a try on the deflection. Let's take a look at the rest of the Concord lineup. First, the offensive line.
Johnson will be going both ways, Randy. He's the biggest, 6'3", 250. Morris is a senior. The rest are juniors. In the backfield, since Roger Smith has been the back, he's been doing a phenomenal job, 150 yards a week ago. The receivers, Lance Lewis, a great athlete, already over 400 yards catching. Jimmy Dry, the former quarterback. And as we said, D. Boss under center now for his 5th game as the Concord starter.
Single set with 4 receivers this time on second down and 10 from the 18-yard line. They'll go into the stomach of the running back about 2 yards, and that's about it for Smith. As Kannapolis there to stop it, but let's take a look at the Wonder defense. First, those down linemen.
3-man front. Injuries have plagued this defensive front. Williamson, the biggest there, 6 feet, 245 pounds. Miller, 4.5 sacks there. The linebacker, Simmons, the leading tackler with 47 and a returning starter. The defensive backs, Lott, a sophomore, has 2 interceptions. The rest of that core are seniors.
Third down and 8 coming up for D. Boston Company at the 20-yard line. Straight drop, pressure from the ends. He lets it go, and it's almost intercepted. As a matter of fact, having the best shot that time was Eddie Silva in the secondary, but he was getting a lot of heat.
He took a big pop. D. Boston got it out of there at the last possible moment. Or that could have been disastrous. You know, they had a fumble last week that cost him a touchdown from the quarterback spot. That time, Boston did a good job to get rid of it.
And it'll be Dustin Burris standing inside the 10-yard line to kick it away. The deep back, Kannapolis, up and around midfield. Looks like Jamil Lott. We've seen him return one all year. Kannapolis coming strong. They altered the punt. It's high in the air, short, but does take a Spider roll. At any rate, he was lucky to get that one away, number 1. Number 2, lucky he got a good roll, but Kannapolis will still get fantastic field position.
And Wonders got a hand on that one for sure. Didn't fully block it, but certainly stunted its growth.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, Jonathan Efer directs things. He's the junior for the A.L. Brown Wonders. There you see him, number 17. And what all has he done this year, Woody?
1,100 yards through the air, 7 touchdown passes so far. He's only a junior.
They'll start it straight I formation with a slot on the left and a receiver. And it'll be the tailback. Ball loose. Efer picks it up. He loses it. It goes out of bounds. Not the way you draw it up on the chalkboard, but it gained about 4 yards.
Comedy of errors, but if you can get positive yardage, hey, who cares? A.L. Brown along that offensive front. Davidson, 6'5", 300 pounds. Walter, 6'4", 300 pounds. Stallings, an all-conference performer. In the backfield, Fowler, 600 yards, 11 touchdowns. Olette, 500 yards and 9 touchdowns. The receiving core led by Josh Gray, a spectacular player, 31 catches, 500 yards so far this season.
Out of the gun this time is Eford and company as they change a little personnel. It'll be Ryan Fowler trying the right side, met and stood up after about 2 yards that time by a very stiff Concord defense, which Woody said in the pregame, very good against the run. Reese Harris on the tackle.
The Concord defensive front, Norman Young there, a third-year starter, 6'3", 310 pounds. Josie, the only junior. The rest are seniors. The linebacking core is Hilly, an all-conference performer. Settergren, a returning starter. And in the defensive secondary, all juniors. Pack is the tallest at 6'1".
Third down at about 5. Eford options out. Here's Olette, and he slipped as he made his cut. It'll be short of the first down. I don't know if he'd had enough to make it, but it would have been much closer. They say his knee down just outside. Well, they're going to spot it at the 36-yard line.
And remember, in high school, you don't get to keep the forward progress even if nobody touches you. Once the knee goes down, that's it. Watch his feet just come right out from under him here like he hits a patch of ice.
Well, we did have a lot of rain night before last, and several inches, so The field takes a lot of water, but not that much in that quick a time. You're kind of in no man's land. Coach Massey has made the decision here on 4th and 4. A punt really is not going to gain him a lot better field position.
Play clock's down to 4.
Maybe. Well, now it will be Efert turning around and calling the first Kannapolis timeout, as they will be charged with 1 of 3. We will step away as well. 9:23 remaining here in the opening period. Whitley along with Woody Kane and the entire Time Warner Cable Production crew on hand. Glad to be bringing it to you. The 2006 Battle of the Bell. Kannapolis facing 4th and 4. Ryan Fowler, the lone setback. Let's see if Efert puts it up. No, he's going to keep it on the quarterback run. Steps out of 1 tackle and will have the first down by about a yard. Efert deceptively fast that time.
Not known as a runner, known more as a strong-arm passer, Randy, and that may be why he was able to get the first down. You don't expect him to take off like that.
Well, they faked it to the running back, as you see here, and everybody goes that way.
But watch his move here. Nice little move to the outside to get himself the extra yardage for the first down. He looked like in pretty good position there for Concord was Ryan Chance. A nice move by Efert to get away.
So mark that one down. A key 4th down conversion here in this series. New set of downs to work with at the 30-yard line. Hitting the left side. That's going to be Ouellette. And Matthew gained about, we'll give him 4 on the play. It was Calvin Hilly on the stop.
Take a look at Ouellette again, Randy. As we mentioned, 500 yards, and he makes the pile fall his way. As we talked about in the open, Kannapolis has been prolific running the ball, about 200 yards a game on average on the ground. Concord's only been allowing about 80 yards a game rushing. So that's going to be a big key to tonight's game. Can Kannapolis do what they want versus what Concord normally does?
Efert check it off there, perhaps. Thought I saw some movement there, but nothing called, and they'll go deep on the fly to the end zone, incomplete. Good battle there. As a matter of fact, Josh Gray, anytime the ball is within 5 feet of it, he was battling with Roger Smith. He's going to get his hands on it. He doesn't always catch it, but it's interesting.
He is spectacular, a very fine receiver. He's, as we mentioned, Randy, leading the team for Kannapolis in reception yardage. Look at it here, stride for stride. Smith stays with him, and the ball was there. He just could only get the one hand on it. Good coverage by Smith.
Whoever's guarding Gray and whoever's guarding Lance Lewis on the other side of the ball, they've got a full night's work ahead of them.
No question about it.
3rd down and 5 for the Wonders at the 26-yard line. Here we go again. Efert bust out of it, and I believe he's going to have the first down. He had to get just to the 20-yard line. Second time Efert's run the ball. Nathaniel Senegren with the tackle.
And I believe the Kannapolis coaches have spotted something in the film. They know this Concord defense plays very well against the run, so they've decided to use Jonathan Efert's legs here tonight. As you mentioned, second time we've seen it. Another nice move there to get through the seam and pick up the first down.
Jonathan not going to do anything that would beat his team, but man, he's looking like he's been doing this for years. On first down, back to the run, and there's what Woody was talking about. Ryan Chance. Well, there was no chance for the Wonder running back that time.
Boy, that's how you only average allowing 80 yards a game on the ground with plays like that. It's like Ryan Chance had ESP on that one.
Yeah. Or ESPN.
Yeah.
First quarter action, 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go. There you see it. That is a textbook tackle, folks.
Yeah, Ouellette just never really could get started on that play.
No gain on the play. They send Gray split to the big side of the field. Number 22 out of the top of your picture there. And a single set this time on second down. A play fake. Efert looking now, and a little short. Flag is down. And one is incomplete to Gray.
One of the Concord linemen got a hand on that as it sailed past.
Our referee tonight is Tom Broach, and he's taking notes. There's the Concord Brain Trust. Easy Smith, Clement Fleming. Boy, have they seen a lot of games together.
Sure have.
Has he seen a lot of these? He's played a participant, had a son that played in it. He's coached in it.
Now, defender and receiver may have gotten tangled up when that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and so there's no penalty.
They're going to wave the flag off.
Right. Once the ball was touched at the line of scrimmage, it's pretty much fair game. You can start hitting people then. Watch here. See if we can pick up who tips it. Well, you couldn't tell from that angle.
But you could tell it was short as Gray was coming back on the football, as all good receivers do, but unable to get that one because of the deflection. Well, third down coming up. They've converted, what,
a fourth down and a third behind Jonathan Eford's running. But I think 3rd and 10 might be a little more than they want him to try and achieve with the running game here.
You can write a good script, but not that good.
Yeah.
Here's Eford rolling pressure, throwing back. He's got Gray on the slant, complete inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wonders. Boy, that was a bang-bang play because Dean Bost finally made the tackle, the touchdown saving tackle, but Eford got nailed just as he let the ball go.
By 2 Concord players. He looks right, comes back left, and just lofts it right into the hands of Josh Gray, who takes a big shot down at the 5.
Gray, who has caught 6 touchdown passes this year. Kannapolis trying to punch it out on the ground, and not much of any. It'll be up 2nd down and goal at the 3. 50 seniors collectively on both these teams playing their final bell game, Woody, and you talk to guys who played in this game, they pay money to get back in here.
And if you walk around before the game, you can see all kinds of guys who played in this game and may live way outside the area and come back for it year after year.
Oh, that is going to be close. No signal yet. It'll be 3rd down and goal, just shy of the goal line. I was walking through the crowd 45 minutes before the game, and you talk about the electricity. This is a state playoff electricity. These two teams get together. Here's Ouellette again. See how close he gets, but a good tackle. Mike Moore on the tackle. And now they sneak it on the left side. And there's the touchdown signal from the linesman. And the Wonders have scored first in the battle for the bell, 2006 style.
Ouellette gets it, I believe, Randy, but that will be his 10th touchdown of the year.
10 rushing touchdowns, and the Wonders can only look back at 2 big conversions, one on 4th down and one on 3rd down. As McDaniel, flags fly, whistles blow, and this play will wait another day.
The Wonders indicating it's going to be against Concord.
Well, does that change Coach Massey's thinking? Keep the kicker out there?
I think right now you don't want to do anything out of the ordinary. You just want to be happy with that little closer distance and let your defense play.
Brad Parker to hold for Morgan McDaniels.
Hilly may have been the guy who broke right through the middle and got that. But we can take a look on a replay, but I think 31 got it.
Timeout on the field, 5:42 to go in the first period. Kannapolis with a 6-0 advantage. Welcome back to an overflow crowd at Bailey Stadium. The hills have been staked out over here. People have got blankets, and it's a football night tonight indeed. What he said, probably 8,000 to 10,000 people here as McDaniels with his 2nd kickoff of the night. Again, a short one at the 22-yard line. This is Lance Lewis, and he's dangerous, spinning out of 2 tackles. What a nice return of about 20 yards out to the 43-yard line. Lance
Here we go.
Flags flying.
A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistles that time, and the officials are not going to tolerate it. There's laundry all over the place out there.
It's not dirty laundry, though.
Not yet, but by the end of the night it may be.
It was dropped right at the point of tackle. Dead ball foul against Concord.
Boy,
a dead ball foul against against Kannapolis. They offset. Well,
that's the warning shot there from the officials.
Here's the touchdown again. Ouellette.
It is Ouellette right up the gut.
Oh, he was stopped short on that point.
Yeah, that wasn't the touchdown.
Concord with their best field position of the night. At their own 42-yard line. Out of the I formation, Smith jukes to the outside and a good cut out near midfield. He'll pick up about 7.
It's like Cordero Simmons on the stop. But what a great job Roger Smith has done, Randy, since he moved into the starting lineup. A sophomore, used to play at Kannapolis, and then came over here and has been the starter for about 4 games now. But since Coach Smith decided to make some moves, particularly on offense, moving D-Boss to quarterback, moving Jimmy Dry to a receiver spot, and Roger Smith as the starting tailback, this offense has really taken off. The officials have taken a timeout now. We may have an equipment issue on the field.
Hey, speaking of one more guy in that offensive backfield, what about Mike Moore, the senior 235-pound fullback, number 44, who made all-conference and was in that state championship, got a ring to prove it. There he is. How'd you like to have a guy 235 pounds with a build like that blocking for you?
Yeah, fullback / nose guard.
As a matter of fact, he paves the way for the Spider first down. Their first down of the game. And here comes Concord roaring back, going downhill now on the Wonder 44-yard line.
And I think this is what you would have expected to see Kannapolis doing, is banging away on the ground. But Concord going back at it right here. Good job of that Concord offensive line, clearing some holes there and dragging Smith down at the end was big old Brad Bass.
Number 99. That's the biggest number they issue. First down and 10 Spiders. 2 wide receivers split to the big side. They go back to Smith. Boy, how did he get out of that? What a nice move. 8 yards on the carry. Finally, Justin McCauley caught it.
He went backwards a half a step, Randy, to get by the pressure there, and then exploded down the field. Watch him here. He'll get clogged up in the middle and take almost a half a step backwards, and then boom, watch him accelerate right here.
Shoot. Bass thought he had him, and could only watch. That's a good first down pickup. We'll say 9 officially. Just outside the Wonder 35-yard line. Flag. Somebody may have lined up wrong. It's that guy on the other side that's making all the calls tonight. I know who you are.
Now they're warning the Spiders to back up, or the Wonders to back up, I guess. He signaled toward this side because that's what he's supposed to do. He didn't mean that at the Spiders. The official on that side is warning the Wonders to back up a little bit.
So they're trying to take control of this game early. They know it's a very important game. Even if there was nothing as far as conference championships or playoffs things, it's still Kannapolis and Concord, and you can't describe this to somebody from outside of the area what it's like. You just have to take them to a game like this, and then they go, oh my God, where do these people come from?
As a high school football rivalry, this is about as good as it gets.
State's longest consecutive, and obviously the most colorful. Mike Moore will bust it up the middle for the first down. I believe they give him progress to the 33-yard line, and if so, that will be good enough. Kenneth Yates on the tackle from the linebacking slot for the Wonders. Good to see number 90 in defensively. Here's the play again. Kevin Kano, you remember he was injured early in the year and it was doubtful he was going to be back. Well, number 90's out there playing a little bit of defense tonight.
Oh, and you know when he got hurt, one of the first things going through his mind was, oh man, I'm going to miss the Bell game.
If you're breathing,
you want to be in there.
This kid's out there probably playing with one leg. On the draw, Smith bounces off the first wave, but too many waves of white shirts that time. Speaking of Kano, number 90 getting up, and Kannapolis is going to get hit with a dead ball taunting foul on that, obviously. A little bit too much excessive celebrations, I think.
Well, it's going to give Concord a break here, but the guy who busted that play up was Justin Miller, number 91, came storming right through the middle, Randy, and ran into Roger Smith.
get a chance to see it again. And this is what the coaches don't want things to get out of hand. He just kind of pushed him down when he was getting up off the pile. And that's obviously a little unnecessary roughness. Concord now with their best field position of the 19. They are in the red zone at the Wonder 19-yard line. Here you see the pointed tackle.
Ball came loose, and there's the shove.
Yeah, definitely. That will draw you a penalty in any game. Not necessary. You make a fine defensive play, and then you don't need
and you give it away. You negate what was a good play. And now they're calling the captains together to tell the teams, we've already thrown a warning, we've thrown now a penalty, and we want to make sure that you guys tell your teams to stop this. You guys deal with it.
Or as Barney would say,
or we will.
Nip it in the bud, right? Well, obviously, these kids grow up with each other. I mean, miles apart, the two towns side by side. They're friends 364 days a year, but for 2.5 hours on one Friday night in the fall of the year, they don't like each other much.
Not even a little bit. And one of the interesting things is, if you're here early, as most people are when they come to this game, to hear the fan reactions when the players run out on the field to take their pregame warm-ups. I mean, they cheer and jeer the whole time they're out on the field.
3:17 to go in the opening period. Concord now with first down and 10 at the Wonder 19-yard line. Out of the gun is DeBost. Looking, pressure from the ends. He gets the pass going into the end zone, and Lewis double covered there. And there's a flag. That's going to be right for the passer, I believe, against the Wonders.
Yep.
Tom Broach making the call.
Blow to the head, I think is what he's saying there. DeBost had some pressure, got the ball away. He had a blocker helping him back there. But one of the Wonders must have made contact with his helmet after the fact. Let's take a look here. No, it came from the other side. That was the only player nearby.
And they were rushing the ends. And that's going to be half the distance, we would think. They haven't set it off yet. Obviously, Coach Massey said, man, we're beating ourselves right now. That's 2 straight.
Yeah, 2 big plays you've just given to them.
Move it to the 9.5-yard line.
That's about half.
It's first and goal. You can't get another first down. So the Spiders knocking on the door, try to tie this game. Trips to the right. Boss out to Lewis. Jukes one man, jukes another. Inside the 5 and down to the 4.
What a move, Randy. What a move by Lance Lewis down there. And the guy he put it on is no slouch. Cordero Simmons was right there in pretty good position. And Lewis just put a nice move and ran by him. Watch this. Watch 6 coming in to try and make this play. Actually, this is one of the best tacklers in the area.
Actually, that was a lateral because it was behind the line of scrimmage. After he catches it, the yards after catch is what's exciting with Lance Lewis.
And Coach E.Z. Smith came into the year saying we've got to find more ways to get the ball to Lance Lewis more often.
Second and goal of the 4. High formation. Mike Moore rumbling, stumbling, touchdown Spiders. Boy, you weren't going to stop him with a bulldozer. And a flag flying in the Spider backfield. I think the touchdown will count. But somebody said something. Perhaps.
Let's see what the signal is. Personal foul against the Wonders. And an ejection. He signaled an ejection as well, Randy.
And the Wonder coaching staff is saying, what did he say?
That's a personal foul, so it had to be some kind of contact.
And he may have been warned one time. Well, you're excited to play the game. You can't just get out there and let your emotions get the best of you. Nothing wrong with being emotional. Number 41, we believe, that's Terrell Massey, who was ejected.
a starting linebacker, and he is gone.
Concord obviously going to decline that penalty, and they're going to try to kick and take the lead.
They can't decline the ejection, though. That's the tough part for Kannapolis.
Chad Myers, the 6'1 senior. He's seen a few of these Bell games in his career. Out of the hold of Dustin Burris, and we're about set. Matter of fact, the referee, Top Roach, is going over to the Wonder sideline right now. There was a blow to the...
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, this is not...
Maybe they're discussing who it was? Were they talking about a blow to the head?
Was it Simmons?
Boy, if it's Simmons who's been ejected, that is huge.
Number 6 did come off the field.
But 3 big personal foul penalties against Kannapolis in that drive, and one of them is likely going to cost them a starting linebacker. Which one is the question?
As a matter of fact, 41 is out. 6 is out. On the extra point attempt, you just don't know. There's some personnel that do change. We'll try to pick that up for you later. Myers to hold to try to give the Spiders the lead. The kick is up, and it is good. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Concord has taken the lead. Spider fans, as if they weren't excited, are really excited now. Their team with a 1-point lead with some penalties. Unfortunate for the Wonders, the Spiders are able to cash in on the miscues. We had an ejection, and we're still trying to confirm it. We think it was senior Cordero Simmons, number 6, who was ejected.
The leading tackler on the Wonder defense, we understand. We believe right now that he was the player who was ejected.
Some unnecessary blows to the helmet, I think, is what they were discussing. And if that's the case, it's a short kick. And followed on at about the 27-yard line by Zach Massey.
Neither team's risking a deep kick to give somebody a chance to run one back, are they? Let's take a look at it here and see if we can figure out, see if we can find number 6 in here.
There he is, right there.
Right here.
Nothing yet. And apparently happening right about now was when the flag.
Yeah, the flag came very late. So there was some pushing and shoving down there. And Ron Massey's moved back up on top of the press box. Remember, he did that for a stretch, what, a couple of years ago?
So Wonders will start at their own 27-yard line. Eford to Fowler. About a yard. We've already had some excitement. Calvin Hilly in on the tackle. And the guy who just scored the touchdown, Mr. Moore, is in to play defense. He had to go out and he was out one play to count the kickoff. So he's in on that defensive front.
And it's not like he's just jogging around out there. People are hammering away at each other in this game.
Ouellette in the backfield with Eford. Time to throw. Out pattern to Gillian. He makes a good move. And out to the 36-yard line. Depending on the spot, could be very close to the first down. They're looking at it across the far away.
Boy, what a nice move. He made 2 guys miss with that little sideways hop there to Jesse Gillian. Watch him again here, the senior. Catch the ball, look upfield, and then hop. Bye-bye.
That's he's been going to the Lance Lewis School of Moves.
And finally, wrapping him up at the end of that play for Concord was Nathaniel Settergren, the linebacker.
They're going to bring the chain crew out, which gets the mandatory 1 airtime shot per half. And it always brings over on the near side, too. There you go.
First down.
I mean, Benny Parsons could bring on the duck. We bring on the chain gang.
We can cue the chain gang. That's right.
License type BCK 3995.
First down for the Wonders at their own 36-yard line. Late in the first period, 1:13. Gilliam split to the top and Gray to the bottom. Well, this is what brought us to the dance. Let's stay on the ground. Ryan Fowler.
And big old Norman Young with the tackle. And when he falls on you, you know you've been falling on.
That's Mr. Young to you.
He's only 6'3", 310 pounds is number 77.
And he should be dancing with the stars. He's got some good footwork out there, I'll tell you.
Started as a freshman on that Concord championship team.
Yeah, there's still a few rings in that locker room. Olette looking for a block on the corner. Can't find any room. Wow. Too many black shirts. We'll give credit. Actually, you could get about 5 guys, but Ryan Chance on the bottom of that pile as the quarter will expire probably before they get another playoff here.
Well, with all those black jerseys swarming over him, he probably just thought, who turned the lights out all of a sudden?
We're going to turn the lights out for a minute as the first period has expired here at Bailey Stadium. Kannapolis 6 and Concord with a 1-point advantage. They got 7. We'll be right back. Well, the stands weren't there earlier, believe me, folks. When Woody and I arrived, there were seats. But
they're still under there somewhere.
As actually, there was a bank, too. 3rd down and 8 now for the Wonders as we get ready for the second period. From their own 37-yard line. Here's Eford. Rolls. Lets it go and complete. Nice catch, Josh Gray, and had the presence of mind to stay in bounds, look down at the old feet, and he's out of bounds at midfield. That'll be enough to move the sticks.
First quarter numbers for you, Randy, as we take a look at the replay. Watch Josh Gray here. Nice work to get loose. Kannapolis 2 out of 4 passing for 25 yards. They had 32 yards on the ground. Concord 1 out of 4 passing for 4 yards. They had 30 yards on the ground. Kannapolis, though, the penalties really hurt them. They had 3 big penalties there during that drive for Concord, and the last one cost them their starting linebacker.
They moved Gillian into the backfield. Eford with a shovel pass, and I got about a yard that time. Fowler, no place to go.
And the Wonder coaches recognizing that Concord has great pursuit against the run, try to get a little misdirection, get them to over-pursue, come back against the grain with that little shovel pass, and hopefully catch a seam. But that time Concord stayed home on defense and was ready for it.
27th year of coaching that man on the sidelines, Z.Z. Smith. Plus the 4 years that he played in this game.
Now, did he play in it as a freshman?
I don't think so. 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. So that's what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Involved. Eford on 2nd and 9. Loading up, going deep. Gray had his man beat, but the pass unable to catch up. Down at about the 25-yard line. He had turned his man in that time and could see the ball clearly.
Roger Smith was back there on the coverage. Watch it again here, and Eford's trying to throw to a spot. And Gray couldn't quite get to that spot. There's Coach Massey up on top, and that last shot was by our senior intern, Rob Stuck, down there, who used to be able to catch those balls when they came his way, but he's lost a dozen steps or so as he loses his hair and his teeth and gets a little older.
A dozen steps?
Yeah.
Now I know why he's senior intern.
That's right.
3rd and 10. They suck him in, and Gray incomplete.
Flag down, Randy. They may be a late hit on that one, or at least a blow to the head.
Now, roughing the passer, it'll be the automatic first down. I thought they were trying to set up a screen pass, and then Eford threw it downfield.
Well, he had to get rid of it, Randy, because Calvin Hilly comes busting through here like a raging bull. Watch this. Just knocks the blocker over, and then there's the hit at the end.
Oh, that's touchy.
Just a little bump is all it takes. These officials have warned both teams after Cordero Simmons got ejected. They called both teams together, had both coaches address their teams and warned them to cut out the extracurricular stuff. And they're not going to let anything slide right now.
The only thing sliding will be the blankets on the hills tonight.
Yeah, once the dew starts to come down and it gets a little damp over there, we may see some unofficial bobsledding going on.
Illegal participation by a fan over the field. I couldn't help it. Well, that one's going to come back. They say Eford was down. His knee was down. He slipped, but he had the presence of mind to hand it off to Oled. But Oled's going, I got a touchdown. He's the only one in the end zone down there.
Yeah, now, as we talked about earlier in the first quarter, Randy, in high school, once the knee touches, that's the end of the play. Nobody has to touch the player after that. Let's see where his knee touches here.
Looks like he missed just lost his footing. Well, he was going to fake to the first back.
Oh, just in the nick of time.
That's not reviewable.
It's like he had a little trouble getting the ball back away from the fake there, and
too good a fake.
Yeah, it tripped him up.
Actually, they lost a yard. Back to the Spider 35. Eford keeps it this time, gets around the corner, gets a good block, gets another good block. He's got 10, he's got 12. He's got a first down out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
And one of the good blocks you were talking about, Randy, came from big old Kenneth Walter, number 78, 6'4", 300 pounds. He enabled Eford to get that corner and make a nice gain out of that play. Keep an eye here on 78. You can't see him in that angle. Here he comes now, but he's already finished his block by now, and his quarterback's gotten by. Crunch.
I'll see his mom and dad at church Sunday, and I'm going to say, I bet he's never moved that fast around the house.
That was Rob Stuck again over there. They're taking some shots at him here early.
No, Rob's a trooper. He's a veteran. He knows when to bail. First down wonders. Oled hemmed in, maybe two, near the 20. Mike Moore got a hold of him, comes up shaking his head. Not my house. Norman Young on the bottom.
Well, Randy, we kind of thought this might be a defensive struggle as well as these defenses have been playing, but the offenses have had two sustained drives now. Kannapolis knocking on the door again, and certainly in field goal range here.
Well, it could turn into a defensive struggle.
At some point, yeah.
At some point. You think the adrenaline has had time to burn off with these guys?
Maybe not till tomorrow.
Out of the shotgun. Eford looking. Sideline and a touchdown.
All right, what a nice move by Gillian just from the slot, Randy. Just ran right by Lance Lewis and got plenty of separation. And it was almost as if Lewis didn't think the ball was going to come his way.
Nice touch by Eford.
That sure was.
Just to the old fade. And the Wonders have reclaimed the lead. They're going to line up to go for two, trying to get that missed extra point back. I formation. Fowler and Oled in the backfield. Here's Eford on the roll. Looking to Massey. Complete. The tight end coming off the line. It's the two-point conversion under double coverage. So Kannapolis successful on that attempt. 9:04 to go in the first half. Kannapolis up by 7. Glad to be bringing it to you. The battle for the bell. A.L. Brown has reclaimed the lead, 14-7.
And you better not be bringing the old weak stuff tonight the way it looks. You better be throwing haymakers in this thing.
Well, we just saw a 21-yard haymaker. And McDaniels has been a busy young man here in the first half. Yeah, this is his third kickoff. Kicked off to start the game. Another short kick. Bounces once, fielded. Lewis again. He's got some room, and he's got a lot of room. He's busting it out. A foot race to the sidelines. Out of bounds. Inside the 20-yard line. Eddie Sillavong saved the touchdown.
Well, McDaniels was back there trying to slow him down, and Lance Lewis just disposed of him. He just froze him. Watch this move here. He's think he's going to go way wide. Then he sees the seam, and now, shoot, he turns on the jets. And here's McDaniels. Look out.
Yeah.
He got a wreck, never hit anything.
Kickers do not have a chance. There was
The only thing he did was make Lance Lewis turn a little bit so Sullivan could get in the play.
kind of like a bug on a windshield going by there. No offense.
No, but I mean, that's just not what you want your kicker to do.
No,
I mean,
he's not your guy.
I mean, actually, we're kidding, but he did a good job because he made Lance alter his path until Sullivan could get in the play.
Smith with a nice tackle that time by Justin McCauley. He got a hold of the shoulder pad there and waited for help.
And that's the second real nice return by Lance Lewis so far in the game. Here's Roger Smith trying to get to the outside. McCauley says, oh, no, you don't.
He still gained 3. That slowed him up. Well, you talk about short-lived leads. Kannapolis have one. It's blanket weather tonight. There's some Demon Deacon fans there.
That's right. Right colors.
Yeah.
Wrong mascot.
Well, if you go to Concord, then you end up going to Wake Forest. You don't have to change your wardrobe at all.
Right. Uh-oh, ball's loose.
Concord on it. D. Boss. One thing about it, the quarterback loses it. He's the first guy who knows it.
And a guy like D. Boss, who is a basketball standout as well, does have quick hands and is used to going down on the ground after the ball.
The only difference here, you don't get a lot of floor burns.
No, and that ball doesn't bounce like the basketball either.
He could claim, got it, fell on me, that's a foul. But nothing called there. So Concord with a miscue, now facing 3rd and 5 with 7.5 minutes remaining.
And you're probably in 2-down territory here as well, Randy, or 2 tries from here if they don't get it.
Certainly would think so. They'll work it from the I formation. D. Boss going to the air. Has protection over the middle. Tip complete. Lance Lewis, touchdown Concord.
Oh my goodness, Randy. Sullivan did everything you can do. He got there, got in front of his man, deflected that ball, but Lewis, with the presence of mind, to reel it in.
That's his 6th touchdown catch of the year, and probably one of the more difficult ones, but that's why you maybe use that old tip drill and agility drills week after week after week in the offseason, preseason, during the season. Chad Myers an extra point away from tying this game. Good snap spot, kick is up, and it's good. We got a new game, partners. 7:12 left, first half. Sometimes you play well and sometimes it doesn't work out. Those were 2 great plays by the offensive receiver and by the defensive back, and that time Lance Lewis won.
Yeah, this game is so good. You see 2 great plays in one offensive play.
Here's the pooch kick. Just don't take a chance.
Right.
Zach Massey.
We'll figure it out later.
Zach Massey says, Dad,
watch this now. Watch 18, Randy. Get in here. Eddie Sullivan closes, gets in position, and does everything you're supposed to do.
You got 4 white shirts in the vicinity. You got that man covered, you think, right?
No. Look at Lance Lewis. The concentration to come down with that ball and then fight his way into the end zone with McCauley trying to drag him down.
20 yards.
Wow.
So there's a haymaker that was answered by a haymaker. And Massey takes a seat at the 34. That's where Kannapolis will set up shop here midway through the second quarter. 3 wide receivers, single set. That's Fowler behind Eford, and he'll get the call, and he is sandwiched to the line of scrimmage. Who got him first? 31?
Calvin Hilly. My goodness, Randy, that looked like You seen that commercial where the guys are just talking after coming home from a movie and a car blindsides them and all the airbags deploy? That's what that looked like.
I didn't see any airbags deployed, though.
No, there was Jeremy Ryan giving the signals in, either that or signaling to his cat at home to work on the scratching post or something.
Where do you come up with that?
That's what it looked like. It means something to the Wonders, evidently, because they responded.
I get a chance to do another Kannapolis game this year. We'll
I got to ask you,
about, the cat scratching post there. On the roll, pressured backside. He flings it upfield. Eford Gillian has already got one touchdown catch tonight. Makes a nice grab, and we'll get it out to the 41-yard line. They'll be a little shy of the first down. Nathaniel Sattergren on the tackle.
But a nice pass, Randy. Eford has had several instances where he's had to thread the needle under some heavy pressure and throw it through a sea of waving arms, and he's had some nice touch on his passes tonight. And 6 out of 10 for 67 yards so far. Look at this pressure he's getting here.
And it's hard when you're going to your left and you're throwing back against your body, being a right-hander. He's thrown a touchdown pass like that tonight. Now he's going to go to the right side. Now they set it up. Now trying to set up the little screen pass. It's batted down by Delano Johnson, 74.
And what a story Delano Johnson is, Randy. Recall earlier in the year when he was at a game, his house burned down.
Yeah, I remember that. We were talking about that.
And the community just really rose up and supported his family. And as a matter of fact, I believe it was the Porter Ridge team when they came here. They brought like 4 cases of supplies for the family, and just a great outpouring of support from the community for that young man. But my goodness, his whole family was here at the game. Imagine that feeling. It's just
see, there's a lot
unbelievable.
A lot of good Samaritans left in this world. We just don't always hear about them.
That's right.
Well, have we had a punt tonight?
I think this might be our second. I'm not sure.
Sullivan, does he kick it to Lewis? They kick it away, takes a wonder roll and hits the guy, the beanbag. Concord's already said, hey, you hit him up here at the 16-yard line.
Well, the official on the backside was blocked, but one of the others needs to make that call because Lance Lewis is exactly right. It should be further out. That's the second punt. Remember, there was a partial block on the first one.
Right. Somebody was watching, so they move it up to the 17-yard line. Concord has come back and they've tied it, and they have 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time. Shoot, that's nothing. They came back a couple years ago, 20 points in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but this is the first time an offense has been stopped in quite a while, the way this game was heating up.
I formation, receivers to the right, tailback. Smith, about 2. McCauley, 23 over there. And looked like Terrell Massey, also 41. We originally had Terrell being tossed, but it was not him.
He was already over on the sidelines. Flag is down, evidently.
Illegal procedure. And I believe the Wonder is going to take the penalty. I thought they might take them down. But they want the real estate. Push it back as far as you can.
Right, when you get them up against the shadow of their own goalpost there, some crazy things might happen. And if that ball comes loose, and you got a few less steps to take to get to the house.
Exactly.
The fog is starting to roll in. We've seen that a lot, haven't we, over the years, the fog games?
We did a playoff game a few years ago. We still don't know who won that game. The officials say the field goal was good.
Yeah. We had to wait.
Boss trying to set up something in the end zone. Now we'll pump upfield and incomplete. He had the receiver open, but he just couldn't quite hang on. Dustin Burris.
And give Concord's offensive line credit, Randy. DeBost had a long time to run around there and look at different options until he could find one of his receivers open downfield.
Burris, usually some good hands, unable to get that one. Second down at 10 or actually second at 15 from the 12-yard line. Oh, we have to throw in a few more intangibles tonight. Today is, Friday the 13th. And there will be a full moon, or pretty close to it, rising a little bit later on this evening. So, as if the Concord Kannapolis game wasn't enough. And we're in the month of Halloween. Figuring all those factors. on the slant. They try to hit Lewis where he could make a shake and bake, make a move, but Knapp was waiting with some bodies that time, only a yard on the pickup.
Eddie Sullivan there. Lewis cut in front of Sullivan to get the ball, but Eddie was right there to make the tackle before Lewis could get away and do anything after the catch with it. Watch him just flash into your picture here, and then Sullivan has seen that movie before and doesn't want to let Lewis get away, because all you'll see is that number 1 getting smaller and smaller as he runs down the other way.
Good to see those big linemen now huffing and puffing. You know fall is here when you can see the breath. Football season. 3rd and 13. Boss, protection breaks down. Massey's going to get him. Or, excuse me, McCauley. I'm sorry. I knew it was one of those M guys.
And that's really the first time Kannapolis has gotten a whole lot of pressure on D. Boss. Remember, they started the year with a 4-man front, Randy, and all the injuries. Now they've gone to a 3-man front here. And that time they came and got extra pressure by bringing McCauley in on the blitz.
So Kannapolis should get great field position after this punt exchange. 3:50 to go, clock running. Jamel Lott standing at the 40. Great kick. Lott at the 38. He picks it up. He's got some speed, but can't get away. Good open field tackle downfield. 64, Clint Scarborough. Clint, you'd better hold on, because that kid is
lickety split, no doubt about it. Yeah, but still good field position for the Wonders here, Randy. And 3.5 minutes to go. They've got plenty of time. Remember, they did use a timeout earlier when the play clock almost ran out on them.
10 yards on the return. So they'll set up at the 29, just outside of the 28-yard line, we'll call it. Gray and Gillian. Wideouts to the big side. At the bottom of your screen this time.
Oh, a helmet flew off. Did you see that?
Can't help but see that.
Look, standing right there, Randy, number 62, right in the middle of your picture. Craig Grant caught it. And it came off right there, number 78. Big old Kenneth Walter, 6'4", 300 pounds. I mean, that helmet just went up into the air like it was a rocket launch. Watch this now. The helmet is just going to shoot up into the air.
Say they're not hitting each other out there?
My goodness.
Usually
the funny thing, though, is he catches it after it comes down. Watch. Oh, he got the the hands to the face.
There's a pass play. It's going down the sidelines. It's going to be complete for a Wonder first down, as Josh Gray, just like Lance Lewis, can take it all the way on any particular play.
Well, there's just some very, very talented players on both sides of the ball out here.
You got 2 good quarterbacks, 2 good arms. They can do some running. You got good fullbacks on both sides. You got excellent receivers on both sides. Need we say more? And a big positioning and the conference standings awaits the winner. Here they go, the man in motion. Gillian slips as he tried to make his cut at the 14-yard line. About the line of scrimmage, that's about it. Clock 2:20 and ticking. So the Wonders with plenty of time on the clock. You're in field goal range right now. They're going to say the 15-yard line. It would be about a 32-yarder if you attempted it right now, but you're within McDaniel's range, I would think.
I think what they would like to do, if possible, is eat up some more of this clock before they do anything else, to try and not leave Concord any time to respond.
Olette, the tailback, Fowler, the fullback. And it'll be Olette.
Yep, he's really got it. He's in there.
There's a lot of bodies in there. They got to sort them out. Got back, progress.
Alvin Hilly on the stop.
No gain. Well, here's where you need to do some misdirection. Here's where you need to send a guy in motion. You know, you're talking about Concord tough against the run.
Kannapolis has been very effective, though, with the passing from this range, and Eford has shown you some nice touch tonight so far, Randy. He's 7 out of 12 for 83 yards so far and a touchdown.
And has run it a couple of times. You remember he picked up a 4th down conversion on their first touchdown drive of the game. and ran it again on third, about 4 or 5.
Now the officials crank the clock.
That was a procedure call against Kannapolis. Concord declined the penalty. They want the play because it's 3rd and 11. Good decision. They fill the field with receivers here. The line to make is the 4-yard line.
That play clock almost ran down.
Kannapolis will call their second timeout. They have 1 left here in the first half. The clock shows 1:24 remaining.
We want to thank some of our sponsors, Randy, who help make our football coverage possible. Out and have an opportunity to do business with any of those fine merchants. Tell them thanks for bringing high school football coverage into your living room.
I saw that original charcoal commercial, Woody. Those guys look familiar in that commercial, don't they?
Oh, yeah? Well, don't look too close.
I swear I've seen it.
You're supposed to be paying attention to the food.
Oh, it looked good, too. Yeah, the play fake, and they'll go to the end zone, trying to hit Massey, incomplete. Zach Massey, once again, that's kind of the route he ran on the 2-point conversion.
That ball had a little bit of extra mustard on it. There was some contact, some pushing and shoving down there as they got close, and now the Wonders have a decision. Do they kick the field goal, or are they going to go for it from
McDaniels
15?
McDaniels is coming on.
Yep.
It's pretty easy to know the kicker. He's 135 pounds soaking wet. He's a sophomore.
And here's where he gets a chance to make up for not getting that tackle earlier.
He can show you his skills now.
This is what he does.
Straight away, 32 yards for the lead. High snap, they bring it down, it's blocked. Concord will scoop it up. Calvin Hilly. Can he take it? I believe he's going to score. Concord has taken the lead. A flag is down, however, back at the 35-yard line.
Unbelievable. Now let's see if the touchdown is going to stand up. Is that going to be an illegal block that'll bring it back? Or is it going to be after the fact and Concord's points stand? Calvin Hilly also made the block, not just the return.
A.Z. Smith saying
it's against Concord and it's coming back.
Yeah, Z was saying, I thought he was saying a touchdown, but he's got his arms up, and his aspiration is why.
Watch Hilly blasting right through the middle. Second time, Randy, he blocked the extra point earlier. And we'll just see an ISO on him. Oh, there it was, right back there. You can see a block in the back just at the edge of your picture there.
I kind of remember, that's reminiscent of the Wake Forest Clemson game where they blocked the field goal and took it the distance. You get a jailbreak going that way, there's nobody going to catch you. I don't care if it is a 300-pound lineman.
Yeah, but Calvin Hilly's not a 300-pound lineman. No. He's pretty quick.
Well, look at the change of the real estate. Instead of a Concord touchdown, the officials...
now Concord has taken a timeout.
Yeah, they've still got some time on the clock. 59.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Instead of a touchdown, it's all the way back to the Spider 40-yard line.
Inside of a minute to go now, the Spiders are going to have a shot at it. Hey, Randy, this will give me an opportunity. I was talking with Coach Andy Poplin, the Concord basketball coach, earlier. They're going to have their men's basketball team clinic the week of October 23rd through the 26th. That 4-day clinic is from 6:30 to 8:30 each evening. And for more information, you can visit the team's official website, ConcordSpiderBasketball.com, or call the high school to find out more. And what a job Coach Poplin has done with the basketball team here.
Oh, man, he's done a great job wherever he has gone, and I know Concord is so glad they got it. doing great work. Concord with a pretty good tradition of fine quality basketball teams over the last few decades. Started with a guy named Bo Brickles, I think. He knew a little bit about the round ball.
Yep.
DeBost with a minute to work with. Eluding would-be white shirts there, now just throws it out of bounds in front of the Wonder bench, and there's a flag.
Now, are they going to get him for some grounding?
He was definitely outside the tackles.
Right.
Yeah, they'll say intentionally grounding, then of course you'll have lost down.
And they will also lose the down here as well.
Right. Well, There wasn't really anybody over there eligible except the Wonder coaching staff.
And they're not going to catch it.
You got to make it sellable a little bit. You got to have somebody in the area. Coach Smith said, "Oh man, what could have been? If that one penalty, we're out."
6 points came off the board.
But the penalties gave them a touchdown. If you think back,
right, all the personal fouls that Kannapolis had on the drive earlier for Concord.
Crazy game. It has a way of kind of evening out, doesn't it? Back to the 28-yard line. Spiders moving the wrong direction here.
Blitz again.
Boss with 3 receivers. Dancing around to buy a little time. Shoots it upfield. He's got Lewis, who's open and bumped out of bounds. It will stop the clock as they move the chains. They'll have a first down into Wonder territory. The 41-yard line. It was Alex Edwards on the corners.
And that's the danger. They're bringing 3 blitzers here, Randy, and this leaves room for a guy like Lance Lewis to operate. As elusive as D. Bost is, he can buy himself a little bit of extra time with his legs to get that ball away.
All Edwards did was just got himself open, cutting across the field. 40 seconds. Still an eternity, the way the Spiders can throw the football.
I think the Spiders still have 2 timeouts as well.
At the 41-yard line, over the middle again, they've got Jimmy Dry open, and he is a load to bring down. They do get him, but not before he gets about 24 yards on the carry, on the reception.
And I think people forget how big and strong Jimmy Dry is, Randy. Used to be the quarterback. Now he's a receiver. He's 6'3", 210 pounds, and he lays all of it into Alex Edwards right there.
This is working at Concord's advantage. Kannapolis giving them the middle of the field, and Concord's taking it. But you got Dry and Burris and Lewis, and they do a lot of things after the catch. Timeout on the field, back in a minute. Four wide receivers. And Smith in the backfield with D. Boss. It'll be Smith up the middle. He's got some room. He's inside the 5. Cuts to the outside. Touchdown. Good call.
Yeah, how about that? They went right back to it again, Randy, and that time Smith was able to get away.
And Concord has regained the lead. It's seesawed back and forth between these 2 arch rivals. They spread the field with the receivers, thinking you're going to see a pass. That's what got them down there. And then they go with a little delay. And Roger Smith takes it in. Myers, who's been perfect on the night, the extra point category, with a chance to give them a 7-point lead, has a little momentary bobble, but gets it through. 15.9 to go in the first half. Concord back on top. Well, so much for our theory of the defensive struggle. 35 points up on the board here in the first half combined, and we still got, what, about 16, 17 seconds to go.
That's time for a couple more scores, isn't it? The way this is going.
Yeah, we got time for a kickoff return, maybe a couple more plays. Got some speed to burn back in receiving formation. They're not going to get that far. It's going to be, again, Massey, who's fielded about 3 of these things tonight. He said he's errorless ball so far. He's fielded 3 at the 30-yard line. Here's the touchdown again.
Think the Wonders may have missed Cordero Simmons on a play like this?
Yeah, usually he's flying with a Superman cape right about there. Well, don't be surprised to see the Wonders go for it. 12.7 to go.
You need to get a do like that, Randy. That'd look good on you. You wouldn't have to do much shaving.
No. Speak for yourself.
Me neither, I know. I just thought of it first to throw it on you.
You see us painting spider webs on our heads.
Yeah. Josh Gray's up at the top there.
I'm sure he will draw a crowd. They go with the run. Ryan Fowler out the middle. Speeding up near midfield.
Well, Well, now do you take a shot?
That'll stop the clock momentarily. 4.4 to go as they move the chains. Does Kannapolis have one more timeout left?
Take a look at him again here. Nice move by Fowler.
He's going to spike it, yeah.
Yeah, so now if they're going to do that, that leads you to believe they are going to take a shot deep downfield here.
By the time they whistled it, 4 seconds right off the clock until he spiked it. So they got everybody who's eligible will be going to the checkerboards. The gold and black checkerboards in the corner. By the way, the end zone paint job, the field looks great.
Yeah, sure does. Looks nice. Josh Gray didn't even come into the huddle that time, Randy. They're just telling him, just get open. Just run down there and get open.
Eford says, line, hold him out. Josh, I'll hit you when I can. Here they go on the run. Fowler tripped up the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the first half. It's been a great one. As good as it was billed, folks. The 76 renewal, Kannapolis and Concord at the break. Welcome back. Well, we said it was Friday 13th, and believe it or not, at the conclusion of the halftime performances by the band, this is what happened. The lights in the house went out. These are cell phones from folks. They're not big lighters or anything like that. But,
the scoreboard blew out first. There was a transformer problem.
Right.
And then all the lights went out after that. And those dots you just saw were people waving their cell phones around.
So we got that fixed. The lights are in the process of coming back on. They're not at full strength.
It's not that bright.
No, but also we had another little entertaining segment at the conclusion of halftime. A guy who coaches at Concord, Shane Berriman, he's proposing to Michelle, and guess what, folks?
She said yes, it looks like.
I believe so. Now check out this rock that he's about to put on her finger. Shane, of course, who played at Kannapolis, his daddy still films up there, and you know, we're all one big family. One's on Concord, one's on Kannapolis, but boy, Shane had to endure the delay of the lights being out to make it even worse. As a matter of fact, nice looking piece of jewelry from one of our fine sponsors, Mike and Lou, and all the folks at Village Jewelry, Cloverleaf Plaza in Concord. I believe Michelle said yes.
I was going to say that was a pretty nice no, if that's what that was.
So that's what you missed, and believe it or not, we've had an exciting half of football. The second half coming up shortly. Back at Bailey Stadium, 21-14, Concord leading here in the 2006 Battle of the Bell. And after a lot of all the things we showed you, maybe 45 minutes worth, Kannapolis taking an early lead in this game, 7-0. And then it seesawed back and forth. We'll show you some highlights. Let's look at some numbers first.
Well, pretty even on the ground and in the air. The total yards fairly comparable as well. You see there 9 first downs to Kannapolis, only 5 for Concord, but the Spiders have the lead. Kannapolis with a couple of big personal foul penalties that helped get Concord into the end zone, and they lost Cordero Simmons, their starting linebacker, as well. Down in the second quarter, or the end of the first quarter, Mike Moore with a big run, 4 yards up the middle. This was after 3 big personal foul penalties for Kannapolis, and it helped get Concord a 7-6 lead. After Kannapolis scored first, they had their extra point blocked, and Moore takes the touchdown. And then we move to the second quarter. Jonathan Eford, 20 yards. He finds Gillian to give them a 14-7 lead. They took a 2-point conversion as well. Second quarter, DeVos, 20 yards of his own. Right back to Lance Lewis. Look at the tip by Eddie Sullivan. Lewis concentrates, fights his way into the end zone, and ties the game. Then Roger Smith, 11-yard run after Hilly blocked the field goal late in the second quarter to get them down, and that gives the Spiders a 21-14 lead.
So we had a little bit of everything in the first half. The marquee players came to play, and some of the guys, we forgot to mention we had a blocked field goal by the Concord defense that apparently was called back. They had run it all the way back for a touchdown, but that was called back due to a penalty. So.
It did set up that last Concord score, however.
Yeah.
You mentioned in the pregame, Randy, special teams. So far we've seen a blocked extra point, a partially blocked punt, a blocked field goal, and 2 big kick returns by Lance Lewis. So special teams have factored in.
Now we know why they're not kicking them deep.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Annapolis will get the ball to start the second half. Chad Myers. You figured he would, after all the time at halftime, how could you forget the tee?
Well, there were so many things going on with the scoreboard going off, a transformer blowing, the lights going off. It takes these kind of lights a little while to get back on. It's not like flipping a switch at your house and the lights instantly come on. And halftime was what, probably 45 minutes or so?
Yeah, at least, yeah. And nobody left.
No, they didn't. It was just wild, though, seeing everybody go to their cell phones and start waving around. It was like in the old days at concerts, people used to hold up their lighters. Now it's cell phones.
Yeah, no candles allowed there.
Right, nothing to burn here.
The only thing that burned was the wiring in the scoreboard. Here's the kick. It'll be Alex Edwards at the 18-yard line. Has a wedge developing, and he will go out across the 35-yard line. That's where Kannapolis will set up their offense here to start the second half. The Wonders 2-1 in conference play. Concord undefeated coming into this week's play at 2-0 along with Sun Valley. But Sun Valley with a very important game at Anson County this week. Anson County with one loss in the conference as well. So it looks like a four-horse chase here in the for the regular season crown.
There's Jonathan Eford, Randy. 7 for 13, 83 yards, and a touchdown in the first half.
They'll start with a single set, slot on the right, and two receivers to the top of your screen. About 3 that time for Fowler. That's about it. Interiors on both the defensive lines have played well tonight.
Like Settergren on the stop that time, Randy. And yeah, the teams have been pretty effective in the air. You see Coach Massey up on top. Remember, we saw him do that a stretch a couple of years ago, and he's been up on top of the press box all game tonight.
They send Gray and Gilliam out to the far side of the field. Number 8, number 22, respectively. 2nd and 8. Eford on the slant. Gillian at the 43, 44-yard line and will be dropped immediately. And a late flag coming in. May have been a face mask inadvertently. Looked like Lewis on the tackle. That was a late flag flying in there.
And you're right. Face mask it is.
Tom Brooks, the referee, making the call.
Take a look at it again. Gilliam breaks the route off short.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
That's a 5-yarder, but it will give the Wonders a first down. Moving out to their own 49-yard line.
That was going to bring up, what, about 3rd and 5 had he not done that.
So just shy of midfield. We will give you the time as the clock in operated here in the second half. We'll give you the time left as we get it reported to us. As the clock operator in the booth here. Pass to Gillen. He shakes and bakes for about 2 more yards. Rolls down inside the Concord 45.
And that time, Randy, they ran Josh Gray deep. A couple of guys went with him, leaving room underneath for Gillian to operate. And there you see the dark scoreboard. It started with a transformer, evidently, we're hearing now, that started sparking and coughing. Take a look at the pass again here. Good protection for Eford. And that is Quick trying to out-quick Quick.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
2nd down and 5. Nowhere that time. A loss on the play. Bunch of black shirts in the backfield.
Calvin Hilly, one of the first guys there, along with Ryan Chance.
Chance, we caught his number a lot. Delano Johnson there as well. Back to the 47-yard line.
Take a look at it again. That's too much weight to carry if you're going to make much yardage.
The load is a heavy burden indeed.
Hey, we got the scoreboard back. All right.
Our hats off to the Concord City electricians. Boy.
There you go.
3rd down, play fake. Eford Gray just overthrown. He had him, and that was 6.
Yep, he had a step and had gotten to the inside running a post route just off his fingertips.
The oohs and ahs in the crowds. And reaction, so it'll be 4th down. And Kannapolis will be forced to punt, something they only did, twice in the first half. Sylvan on. And Lance Lewis is the deep back. Chances are he won't see the football. If I were Kannapolis, I wouldn't kick it to him.
No, but he can probably run over and get it almost no matter where you put it.
Just be aware. No pressure. They kick it high. Coverage is there. Takes a spider roll. And Concord will start at the 23-yard line. That could have been the Halloween that camp got in the transformer up there.
It's been a strange night so far, hasn't it?
And you wonder why people come to the Concord Kannapolis game? Hey, there's a football game going on too.
DeBost, Randy, 5 for 10, 80 yards, and a touchdown pass in that first half.
And Mr. Tom Carr coming back up to the press box to finish out the second.
Since the lights come on, I'm looking at the field house and I see a couple more thousand people. I didn't realize I was up there on the hill.
Yeah, they snuck in while it was dark. They couldn't check their tickets.
Going to a ball game, just wait till halftime.
That's right. When the lights go out, we'll get in. Won't cost us a penny.
So they can't catch everybody. Not sure what the officials are holding up right now.
Now we're ready.
Okay. First play of scrimmage in the second half for the Spiders, up by 7. 6 foot, 150-pound senior DeBost fumbles the snap. Lucky to get it back, and they're pulling arms and jerseys and everything else down there.
He might be in a couple of pieces by the time they get done.
One of the Wonders defensive linemen had him by the left arm and was trying to come out of the socket here, would he?
But somebody was pulling the other way, like they were going to make a wish or something.
They say, well, physics would say he can't hold on to the football, but he did.
Watch him here. He's quick to get it back up, and you would think, well, just fall on it and go to the next play, but he's going to try and make something happen. And here he just gets, they're pulling him every which way.
Not a bad idea by Kenneth Yates. He said, I'm going to yank my hands away. They can't hold the football. Second down. Smith to the outside. Boy, he has got a quick step and a great move.
Sure does, Randy. And a couple of Wonders had shots at him early, and he was able to get away.
Out to the 33-yard line. Here's the move that makes him different. Boom. Barry Sanders there, quick as a dime.
There he got the first down. He's awfully close.
Very special thank you once again.
8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the third period. That is official. Just shy.
Let's give him a 5-round ball.
No, he got it. You were looking from the end zone angle.
Oh yeah, okay.
That wasn't straight from the side there.
Thank you.
Optical illusion.
Don't tell me I'm starting to see things backward.
Well, the way tonight has gone, our eyes may be playing tricks on us.
1st and 10, Spiders at their own 33-yard line. Straight I formation, and they'll bust more of the big fullback. Look at him, he's a load. 3-4 yards every time you give him the mail. Terrell Massey was hanging on. They'll get it out to the 38-yard line.
Take a look at him again here. Just a strong young man, bulling people out of the way and just keeps the legs churning.
You're 235. You can move. You can push your offensive lineman around.
Well, he's used to doing that. He plays nose guard on the defensive side, so he's used to getting that push.
And here we go to the outside. Moore busting it, showing you some speed. Midfield into the Wonder territory at the 46-yard line. Alex Edwards tripped him up.
Boy, he had some nice speed, nice little pop to the outside there. Not just a straight ahead between the tackles kind of runner. Moore pops that one outside, and watch him accelerate here.
Keep in mind, this is a 230-pound guy.
And everybody was thinking he's running right up the middle.
Mike Moore gets up and says, I fooled you that time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Spiders moving downhill now. The Wonder 46-yard line, 1st and 10. And Bost is going to put it up. He's got Lewis. And Lewis draws some company and is out of bounds. And they say stepped out at 35.
And that time, Randy, Mike Moore did a nice job staying in and blocking to give D. Bost room to step and plant and get some mustard on that ball. Watch 44 here with the block right in front of D. Bost. Right there. And that gave him the time he needed to extend and make that throw.
And he had some hands in his face coming up. Brad Bass was jumping, and it's hard to see over those big defensive line. Concord mixing their plays well right now, running the fullback. Then the little quick outs. And now it'll be the tailback, Smith. 3 or 4 yards inside the Wonder 35.
And when Kannapolis had their lone loss of the season, it was to Sun Valley, who had a very powerful running game, very strong running game against the Wonders that night. And they're starting to relive a little bit of that here tonight.
Time of possession was 14 minutes to 9 something. Around that in the first half in favor of Kannapolis, but it's what's on the scoreboard that counts. 2nd and 7 now. But D. Bost, last time we saw him, boy, he was cool to start with. New man in the backfield, fullback, Antoine Haney. With his first call of the night. No game.
Yates on the tackle that time, number 12. That gives us an opportunity to say hi to Graydon Yates over at K-Town Cars, one of our new sponsors.
Yeah, Daddy would be proud of that boy. 3rd down and 7 with 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Wonder 33-yard line. D. Bost pretty cool under center. He's going to go back to the airways. Dancing around to buy a little time. Pumps once, and we'll bring it down and run it. 1st down and then some. There's the other added dimension we haven't seen much of tonight, and that gives the Kannapolis defense something else to think about.
He does have a strong arm, Randy. You have to honor that. He's shown you that a few times tonight. So when he pump fakes, it's naturally going to freeze defenders, and he's got such speed and quickness, elusiveness here. He can really make some hay with his legs, too. Watch him. He's not giving up on this play too early. He's still looking downfield, and now he sees a seam.
Hats off to Ronald Cox on that offensive line, number 67, too. He was blocking a couple of guys, giving his quarterback some time. Down to the 16-yard line, 1st down and 10. Spiders moving it methodically. With a 7-point lead and trying to add. And now, flag on the play.
I think the play clock may have run out, Randy.
Indication dead ball.
No illegal procedure.
That's 5 yards. That's a big 5 yards. You think, well, it's only a 5-yard penalty, but
down here close.
You're in the red zone. There, it just magnifies itself. So it's 1st and 15. Out to the 21 now. Look at Norman Young.
Well, is he going to line up at fullback? He is. Goodness gracious, Randy. That's a 310-pound fullback right there now.
Z was going to pull out the jumbo heavy offense eventually. D. Bost on the roll. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another. Still on his feet. Ooh. Hard 5 yards.
My goodness, that was like rolling a tank through there, wasn't it? With these big old Norman Young on the side there, and Gavin blasting through the line of scrimmage.
When Norman took off, he went the other way.
And everybody was thinking, it's got to be coming this way if he's going that way. But look at D. Bost out here, waiting for some blocking to set up. Eludes one tackle, eludes another.
And Norman's getting in. There he is, 77, coming in picture. He says,
I just want to hit somebody. There he goes.
He said, I'll just push the pile.
Yeah. He's still in there.
So we haven't seen the old jumbo heavy in a long time.
My goodness, he makes Moore look small.
It's Roger Smith going nowhere. Good defense by the Wonders that time to stand him up the line of scrimmage. So to bring up third down at about 9 at the 15-yard line.
He's coming out now.
Z always pulls us in the bell game. Remember a few years ago he stuck Little Z in, who wasn't Boom.
Right.
He was a fullback, and he was running the football.
That was just a nickname, not descriptive.
3:54 to go. Third quarter. In a fast-paced third quarter. And a whistle, stoppage of play.
Officials. One of the Wonders has an equipment problem. Looks like Yates.
Will take a timeout as well. Welcome back, and after the short timeout, D. Boss was chased all over the field, threw one up for grabs in the end zone. It was intercepted apparently by the Wonders, but a flag is down, and was there pass interference on the defense? Referee Tom Broach is going to make the call after consulting with the other officials.
You would have to suspect that's what the call is, yeah. Wow, so that's going to give the Spiders a big break. It's going to give them a first down after the Kannapolis had them at 3rd and long. Well, they chased D. Bost almost back to, what, the 35 or so?
Yeah, he was way back. And now...
Take a look at the replay here. We'll show you what happened.
It'll be at the 8-yard line after all is said and done. Now, he was through this one, tipped up, and intercepted on the deflection, but Kenneth Yates will not get that one to count. Instead, the Spiders will have it with a break 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
He's back.
And Young's in the backfield for blocking. Roger Smith will go to about the 4.
Now, if they get down here close like this, are they going to give him a carry?
I believe he could fall for 3 yards.
Here's another flying helmet.
Helmets are flying. Bodies are flying. It's
one of the Wonders is hurt.
Officials time out for an injured Wonder player.
Looks like number 41. That is Terrell Massey who's shaken up. And the timeout coming with 3:03 left here in the quarter.
I want to take a moment to thank some of our fine sponsors. Original Charcoal Company, Mike and Steve's Place. New restaurant opened up on Highway 601 at Highway 49. A smoke-free environment. Lots of cool stuff there. Nationwide Insurance, the Bill Reams Agency, the Cabarrus Pets Society, Pizza Hut, Sonic Drive-In, Ben Minot, Pontiac Buick GMC, F&M Bank, Moose Drug, K-Town Cars, and Village Jewelry. Thanks to all those fine sponsors for helping to bring high school football coverage into your living room. And if you see them, tell them thanks.
D. Bost has directed a great-looking drive here. Moore is in the backfield as well. Young leading the block, and Moore is into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Concord Spiders have just about doubled the Wonders here on the scoreboard.
2nd 4-yard touchdown run of the night for Mike Moore. Earlier one came in the 1st quarter.
And it's 27-14. And if you're a Spider supporter, the chances of that bell coming back to Concord are looking pretty good right now. Here's the extra point by Myers. He has been perfect tonight. 4 of 4. 2:44 to go. 3rd period. And it's 28-14. We'll watch the touchdown as we go away. Rydell momentum, a very fickle type thing, and right now it's betraying Kannapolis. Concord's got it all on their side.
Surely do, Randy, after a stop of the Wonders, and they march right back down the field and put another touchdown on the board.
And the Concord fans coming to their feet, making a little noise. As Myers has kicked it short all night, this one will go deep. Taken at the 16-yard line. This is Fowler, dancing this way, dancing that way, looking for a block. Looks like a running back, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good return out to the 31-yard line.
Take a look at the touchdown again. Watch big old Norman Young go in here and just...
Also 22
And things are going to go backwards when he runs into him.
That was just no way. No way you were going to stop it.
Well, would you stand out in front of a truck on the highway?
No way.
Well, there you go.
Of course, my chances might be better.
They might.
Norman, we love you, man. He's lining up on the defensive side now. Chasing Eifert, who puts it up in the air, and he's got Josh Gray.
I think so.
He and Gillian were over there. No, check it. It's going to be number 81. That's Dominique Norris. Excuse me.
Yep. Nice job of threading the needle again by Eifert that time. Norris's first catch of the game.
And it'll pick him up about 9 on the play, out to the 40-yard line. Out of the gun is Eifert. With time. Gets it to Gray this time, and he's bumped out of bounds. That is a first down at the 45.
DeVos on the coverage over there. And Kannapolis, being down 2 touchdowns, is going to have to go to the air a little bit more.
Coach Massey knows his team has plenty of time. His defense needs to stop Concord, though. You can get some points. You got time to get points, but you gotta stop the other team. They haven't had the ball much here in the third quarter. Concord, typical Concord football, trying to control things. Eifert stopped, and a flag is down. Eifert hemmed in the backfield. Watch lose a couple. Sam Craven, I believe, will get credit. That's quarterback. That's the quarterback sack, I guess.
That has been pretty effective in the first half for A.L. Brown, but this time Craven all over it.
Flag was late coming in. And call holding. Concord.
An unsportsmanlike against the Spiders.
That should offset, I would think.
Well, the other one's a dead ball, though.
Oh, that's right. So that will be a 10-yard mark off after all is said and done. Okay, it's still going to go against Kannapolis.
The unsportsmanlike was against Concord, though, right? That's what he signaled.
Yeah.
Moves the ball back to the 135.
So it'll be first down at 20 after all is sorted out. With 90 seconds remaining in the third period. Ball resting at the 35-yard line. Well, this is a situation, it's first down. You don't have to get it all back.
Right, they need to get just inside the Concord 45 for a first down.
That'll send 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen here. This shot. Eifert rolls to buy the time. And he's got Gillian behind the coverage and out of bounds. That'll be, well, they did get it all back in one play.
Sure did, didn't they?
Down to the Spider 36-yard line.
And what a job by Gillian just to find the opening in that Concord coverage and just sit down there and make himself a target for his quarterback. Nice touch by Eifert again, Randy, who's really shown you that all night. Some really fine touch with his passes. He's now 12 out of 19 for 136 yards and a touchdown. Watch him just lay this in here.
Quietly having a great night. Perfect rotation on the football. And if Gillian had another yard maybe to work with, he might have taken it all away. Eifert with time, steps up in the pocket on the slant. And actually he post patterned there. He was trying to hit number 7. That's Michael Boger. And he was well covered.
Yeah, double coverage down that way, and he couldn't split it to get to the ball that time. But again, give the Kannapolis line some credit here, Randy, doing a good job of keeping the heat off of Jonathan Eifert, giving him time to set and throw.
And some change of personnel. Gray doesn't even go to the huddle. He's out wide out to the top. your screen, right there at the very top. High formation this time. And back to the run, trying to catch Concord and a little pass defense, but somebody stayed home.
Mike Moore was having none of it.
Ouellette with nowhere to go.
And it's well set up here, and Moore just fights through his block. And this is not like he was untouched, Randy. He fought through a block to come back and make that play.
Loss of a yard on the play. So Wonders have moved it with one big pass play, now facing another critical third down.
Need to get to the 26 here.
Out of the shotgun again is Eford. And that was a mix-up in the pattern. It looked like Graves cut to the inside and Eford throwing to the outside of it.
One was expecting a zig and the other a zag, and they got their wires crossed. So it'll be a 4th down for the Wonders, and looks like they're going for it.
19.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gillian and Gray are split to the top. 2 receivers to the bottom. They're spreading the field. 4th and 11. Eford with time. That one batted down. Lance Lewis, but a flag is down. He may have come over the back, the official says.
I think that's exactly right, Randy. I think that's what the call's going to be. He got there just a beat early.
Boy, that is a big, big penalty against the Concord defense. It was 4th and 11. And Easy Smith knows it.
He didn't look too thrilled, did he?
No, not at all.
Boy, how many times have we seen not just penalties, but key penalties that kept drives alive or gave the other team big first downs tonight?
Here it is again.
Yeah, you can see it there. He got there just a little too early.
Well, you convert them any way you can, I guess. And
well, remember, Kannapolis helped Concord with the personal fouls on one of their touchdown drives.
So the Wonders with a new set of sticks to work with here at the Concord 22-yard line. Did they go to the run? No. Well, yes, it'll be Eford. He got 2 before he was crushed. Norman Young. That's a mismatch.
And that was great recovery by the Concord Spiders because they went for it and went to their right. Eford coming back, his right, their left, and looked like he had room, but they closed it down and got out there and forced him back to the middle.
Hold up 4 fingers, folks. The excitement's just ready to start. We've got the 4th quarter coming up. I was just commenting here in the break, Woody. I think there are more people here now than were in the second quarter because the banks are full.
I'm telling you, when the lights went off, a bunch of them snuck in.
Well, with the delay, maybe the other games were over with.
Yeah, they were out in the parking lot, lights went out. Go, go, go!
Here's Eford looking to the air. Oh, should have been picked off.
Yep, had it right in his hands, Randy.
That was number 40 right there. That was too easy. Matt Josie says, what am I thinking?
And I don't think Jonathan Eford ever saw him. Because Josie didn't move, Randy. He stayed right there.
They were trying to hit Gray on the post. And nothing there. 3rd down and 8. At the 20.
5 straight incompletions for the Wonders now.
There they go to Gillian. Trying to reverse, and he gets out of that. Number 1 trying to pick up some blocking. I tell you what, give that man an A+. He made something happen. He should have been tackled for a loss.
Well, he probably feels like he got tackled about 4 times because he got hit a bunch.
He gained 5.5 yards on the play.
Trying to do a little reverse there, but not fooled at all for the Spiders, Randy, with Delano Johnson, but somehow Gillian gets out of it and comes back the other way. And it's going to bring up 4th and doable instead of 4th and no way.
Should have been about a 5-6 yard loss. He turned it into about a 6-yard gain. 4th, and we'll call it 3. Watch the left side of the Spider defensive line. Here they come. They pick up the blitz. And incomplete. No flags. Receiver fell down. Gillian at the 5-yard line. And the Wonders will turn it over on downs. Concord defense stiffens and holds.
They came on a blitz that time, Randy, and forced Eford to get rid of that one quicker than he wanted to. Watch the pressure coming right up the middle there at him, and he had to just let it go too soon. I think he wanted to hold that one a beat longer.
And at the 15-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Concord Spiders with a 14-point advantage. It was 21-14 at half.
And right now, Randy, you'll expect a heavy dose of Roger Smith from the Spider offense here.
Straight eye. There's Roger to the outside. Roger to the inside. Roger running into McCauley.
Wonders
about 3 guys had a shot at him.
Wonders spent a lot of time trying to tackle the ball and rip it away from him instead of trying to get the ball carrier on the ground that time, and it enabled Smith to get away.
We have not had any turnovers in this game, have we?
Unless you count the blocked field goal.
Well, I was speaking of interception,
right?
Fumbles.
We've had some fumbles, but they've not changed sides.
Yeah, your normal garden variety turnover.
Right.
A hard 3 yards that time, picked up by Smith. And it'll be Roger Dodger to the 21.
And right now with a 2-touchdown lead, Concord is thinking, and Coach Smith is thinking, tick, clock, tick.
There he is. The clock has no conscience. It's going to tick regardless.
It is merciless, isn't it?
It can be your friend, and it can be not so friendly. Here's a key 3rd and 5 now for the Spiders, even their own territory. Boss has a tip, and that one was an opportunity.
Yates
interception.
Almost batted that to himself, Randy. He was at a dead run and was able to get a hand on it, but couldn't quite slam on the brakes in time to stop and pick that one off.
6'1" junior started. He said, "Man, I should have had that one."
Watch him here. He just can't get stopped in time to go back after it.
He reads run, and then he drops back in pass coverage when he sees the quarterback's going to throw it, and didn't quite get back in position.
A player for Kannapolis comes on late. Remember, the Wonders partially blocked Concord's first punt of the game.
They're going to send the house here. Nice kick.
Wow.
Beautiful kick. And finally, at the 31-yard line, and busting through the hole, coming back the other way is Jamil Lott.
What a spectacular kick, though, huh?
Yeah. He had about a 15-yard roll on that thing.
Under some pressure down deep in your own territory, too.
Trying to kick it away from a lot, but he went back and retrieved it and had a nifty run back, and Kannapolis will start at their 49-yard line. 9:14 remaining in the 4th period. Fowler in there. They'll have a receiver split to the short side of the field, trips to the top. Eford with an option. Out the Fowler, and nowhere to go. Flags are down. Fowler will gain about 2.
And now another flag comes in. So we're probably going to have 2 separate penalties here.
Did you bring your Snickers? It might take a while to sort this out.
As long as the lights don't go off again.
We do have a plethora of flags on the plate.
What is the PA man?
Jerry Hathcock says a plethora of flags, and he's right.
I haven't heard that at the ballpark in a while.
All right, illegal procedure be against the Wonders, and the face mask against the Spiders.
Offset. It's a do-over. A do-over back to the original line of scrimmage. We haven't had a do-over tonight.
Against the Spiders. Incidental face mask against the Spiders.
This is the first time this Bell game has been played here at Bailey Stadium since 2003. They missed a year because of the realignment of the conference.
Right, played 2 straight at Kannapolis.
And that was an overtime thriller in 2003 down here. A missed extra point, the difference. by Kannapolis.
Yeah, they had Zach Massey, the tight end, running on late to the field. They couldn't quite get organized.
Clock showing 8:49 to go. We'll step away. Whitley, Woody Kane, and the entire Time Warner Cable production crew. And we've got another good one. And the annual battle for the bell. 76th year these two teams have played continuous. Eford rolls out, hits his receiver complete at the 48-yard line. Josh Gray tackled immediately by DeVos.
And if you fans want to keep an eye on something interesting, keep your eye on the matchup there between DeVos, number 3 for Concord, and Josh Gray, number 22 for Kannapolis. You want to talk about two fine athletes competing against each other. That is really something to watch these two. Pow! Gray ran him off a little bit, then Boss recovered to come back to deliver a pop.
On second down, Eford rolls to his left and hits the receiver again. Another hard tackle. Gillian, this time tackled by Lance Lewis. There's the other marquee athlete on the defensive secondary.
And Lewis kept him from picking up a first down because Gillian was awful close there. Lewis wrapped him up before he could turn and try and run with it. And one of the Spiders looks like he's going to limp off the field, Randy. It's Ryan Chance.
That would be a big loss. Chance going to be replaced. Mike Moore coming back in.
There's Chance right there in front of your picture. Now watch the tackle by Lewis. Gillian knows he's coming. He hears him, and he kind of ducks. And he gets slammed to the ground.
Third down and 3 at the 44-yard line of Concord. Eford with time. And that one, another one. It should have been big. Roger Smith. The 5'9" sophomore did. He was going to the end zone, but he forgot one thing.
Doesn't count unless you have the football with you. You can run there all day, but they don't give you points if you don't have the ball.
Now watch this.
Boy, right into your living room there.
He was already. That was too easy. That's a couple that should have been picked.
Yeah.
How many times has Kannapolis gone for it in this game on fourth down?
At least 3 and maybe 4.
Eford now has his personnel in here on fourth down and 3 at the 44. And whistles stopping action.
I don't see any flags down. The Wonders call a timeout.
That's their second here of the second half, and the clock shows 7:38 to go in the fourth period. 8-14 lead after trailing 14-7, and then Kannapolis coming back with a long pass play, and now the clock winding down. 3rd and goal. Actually sliding back at the 3-yard line. The Concord fans on their feet for an exclamation point. It'll be Smith stretching and keeping him out of the end zone of Silvon. He was holding him back. His jersey didn't tear.
He had that much stretch. He was trying to get there, but too much weight.
So Kannapolis will use, I believe that's their final timeout.
Take a look at it again here.
Here he says, this is not this time. It'll be fourth down coming up when we come back. 1:19 left. Fourth down and 1.
That's the prize.
Fourth down and goal actually at the 1. There's the prize, and here we go with Norman Young in the backfield, number 77. Mike Moore's back there. You got the 2 big guys blocking for the scat back. And it's going to be Moore who's got 2, making 3 touchdowns rushing tonight. Exclamation point, and that bell's coming home to the Concord Spider side.
Well, it's fitting, Randy. And there, look, there's Tommy Beecher right in the middle of that picture there. Former Concord quarterback who's seen some big wins when he was here.
We saw some big wins. Covered him in the playoffs those years. Myers trying to make it 35 points for the Spiders tonight. And it's good. So the Bills coming back to the black and gold side, but we still have 1:15 left. Concord fans, yeah, you're number one. Right now, you're undefeated in the conference. You'll go to 3-0. Kannapolis will drop to 2-2.
And how many folks wrote Concord off when they started 0-3?
Well, you know, look at the likes of competition. Not too many people start out with Vance. I think Vance did play in the ACC. Their non-conference schedule is not weak by any means.
No, but the truth is they didn't play well early. But since they've made some changes, they have played exceptionally well and have gone undefeated, 4-0 and about to go 5-0 since they made the changes. Here's Moore again, and as we said, it's fitting that he gets the score because he did a big part of the work to get him down there close with some huge runs.
Well, E.Z. Smith will tell you, and any of these coaches will tell you, you want to be playing your best football come the end of October and November, and because that will guarantee the fact that you're probably going to be playing in December.
Right. And now the Spider defensive backs will just play center field and keep everybody in front of them.
Concord with three-man rush, and Eford stepping up into the pocket. Now he's popped at the bottom and at the top at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they cut Norman Young that time, and he got back up and was able to get back into that play. And Kannapolis cannot stop the clock anymore. They're out of timeouts.
Now Eford waiting on his personnel, and the crescendo from the Concord sidelines building here with now 40 seconds to go and counting. Eford puts it up for grabs, and it's another near pick by the Concord defense.
Well, they've had 3 or 4 really good opportunities to make interceptions tonight. It does stop the clock.
We always say every year there's going to be the customary exchange of the bell when it changes sides. And next year up at Kannapolis,
Coach Smith just got a water bath down there. They just soaked him.
Well, this man... didn't whisper, he yelled something to the crowd.
He just went over and told them, this is for y'all.
Eford has that one picked. And Lance Lewis is down the sidelines. Cuts it in again, and he'll take it in. It's academic on that one. That was about a 65-yard interception return.
And Lance Lewis there shows you why he's a great punt returner with his open field ability, running through people down the field.
Oh, he is so great open field. That's a scary thought, knowing that you are the only thing between Lance Lewis and the goal line, and there's nothing you can do about it. So Concord tacks on an extra win on the defensive side of things. Now let's see if Myers can keep his perfect string. His last time 41 points was scored in this game, I believe, was the late 70s. Actually, 1980, and 41 points Kannapolis won, and then 42 was scored in 2002, so that's the most recent as far as the most points scored by a team. That one wasn't pretty, but did you see the way it hooked over?
They got through there, and that ties the record, Randy. 42 is the record, and that ties it.
Well, you dream about playing in the Bell game, and these players, especially these seniors on both these sides, some will have some great memories, and some will have, obviously the losing part, you don't like to lose it, but the chance. How many high school kids in North Carolina would love to be playing in this game, win or lose?
Quite a few.
There's the other squib kick, and Kannapolis will get it at the 45-yard line. Time for perhaps one more play. As it ties the most points scored in a battle for the Bell game. That young man, not young man, but middle-aged man, E.C. Smith, 27th year of coaching. Chances are the paint won't even be dry tonight. That's going to be a lot more gold and black after it comes across onto the Concord side here. Huge crowd on hand, and here it comes. We're going to run the clock down. And as is customary, the Kannapolis captains will, as they got the cheerleaders helping too, will have the exchange at the middle of the field. Sometimes it happens that way, as it's supposed to, and sometimes.
And this is big, Randy, because Kannapolis has won before this 15 out of the last 20 of these bell games.
Not great if you're a senior having to pull that bell over for the final time, but obviously elation on the other side for the Spider seniors. One time in this series, Concord won this thing 10 straight years. Can you imagine going almost all the way through school and never seeing a bell?
Yeah. There's some wild turn of events in this game, and pending the outcome of the Anson and Sun Valley game, Randy, Concord might be in sole possession of first place in the conference.
The Victory Bell symbol donated by the Southern Railway is a symbol of sportsmanship. Now the fans can come in and share with the players and let the party begin at Concord.
And they told him to stay off the field. How'd that work out?
Well, they listened well. All except a couple of thousand. Back in a minute. Concord pushing in a late first half touchdown to make it 21-14 at halftime, and then they did their thing in the second half, pulling away for a 42-20 win tonight, and to retain, or actually regain possession of the coveted Victory Bell.
Looking at some of those numbers for you, Randy. Look at the yards on the ground for Concord, 196. We talked about the key would be, could Kannapolis do what they normally do on the ground? They could not. That was the answer. A lot more yardage through the air. Total yardage fairly even. The one big turnover by Kannapolis led to a late score, but an oh-by-the-way variety then. The game was not in doubt at that point. A lot of penalties for both teams, but Concord did what they had to do, in particular on the ground. Took charge of this game, and when it was close and they needed to run out clock, by continuing to run the ball, they did. Here we go in the third quarter. Mike Moore right up the middle, a 4-yard TD run. That made it 28-14. The extra point did. In the fourth quarter, Jonathan Eford steps back and fires it 44 yards to Josh Gray, who had run by DeBost. That brought Kannapolis to 28-20. They tried a two-point conversion. It did not work, but this is the touchdown that had this game in doubt early in the fourth quarter. But from that point on, it was all Concord. Mike Moore here, a 1-yard TD plunge for him, his third touchdown of the night. That made it 35-20. And then Kannapolis trying to drive at the end. Eford fires his only interception of the game, picked off by Lance Lewis, and look at him go.
It's like a blur going down the field. He takes it in, and that was academic at that point. Concord, more importantly, goes 3-0 in the SBC, 5-3 overall. Kannapolis record drops to 2-2 in the conference, and 7-2 overall. Now Concord leads the series, 38 wins against 34 for Kannapolis, and 4 ties. We've had a ball, we've had a little bit of everything, and hope you've enjoyed it. For Woody Kane, Randy Wood, and the entire Time Warner Cable production crew saying thanks for being with us this year.